Good evening and welcome to The Drinking Shed. Here we are again, and we're
Welcome back.
going to make a cocktail. Have a little discussion.
Yeah, we're going to be making a little Black Manhattan tonight.
Outstanding.
Does everybody know what a Black Manhattan is? That's part of the question.
Yes.
And then why would you make a Black Manhattan is probably the other one. But
I've really started liking these. I love Manhattans. They're outstanding, right? But I'm starting to like the Black Manhattan a lot.
yeah, me too, a lot.
It gets that little extra flavor that I think is very good.
Yeah, so that's true. We like it a lot. Like how much? Well, we have not one, not two, but 3 barrel-aged. Well, okay, we have one more. We actually have 4 barrel-aged Black Manhattan bottles that we made for ourselves. So it sounds like it's a lot, right? Just for 2 of us.
Right.
We're not going to drink them all at one time.
No.
Well, maybe.
Maybe
no,
2 times.
We won't. Yeah, 2 times. So what we thought we'd do is we'd show you how we make these because they're great. They're great.
They're actually very good.
Yeah.
And I don't see these a lot, right? I see, of course, Manhattans everywhere, but I don't see a lot of Black Manhattans. And quite frankly, I think you ought to give this a run because I think you're missing out because these are pretty darn good.
Yeah, so what constitutes a Black Manhattan? We're just going to take out, traditionally we would have sweet vermouth in the cocktail. What we're going to do is we're going to halve the sweet vermouth and put in Amaro. So an Amaro can be many, many things. We have a bunch of different Amaros with us, so we want you to know that if you come up against Fernet, which is the hipster, let's do a shot with the bartender, hey, the handshake.
So here's my quick Fernet story. I have a job where I'm lucky enough to travel a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So last week I was in both Finland and Sweden.
Yeah.
So I was in Helsinki. And I walked into a bar called 100 Dogs, and let me tell you, it was a very cool bar. The bartender both of them were outstanding. They were doing cool mixes there.
Yeah.
Just awesome things. But when I walked in, they had a bottle of Fernet on the bar.
Yeah.
That was this big and this big around, and the guy put it on his shoulder like this whenever he poured a shot, and everybody who came in asked for a shot.
That's
it
just
was
crazy.
The thing to do.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Anyway, if you're in Helsinki, Finland, 100 Dog, you need to go there. It's everything in there was outstanding. I had multiple drinks.
So they bark after they had that?
Oh, they barked, yes. Barked after they had that.
So you've all probably heard of Jägermeister. Jägermeister would be here on the bitter scale. So that's our bottom of the bitter. That's the bitterness. That's the bitterest one that there is, right? So that's as bitter as it gets. So then Fernet is right next to it. We would then come to one that I just purchased, Maria del Monte. So this Maria del Monte is pretty close to Fernet, just a little bit sweeter. This is the same pretty much as Fernet, but we drink it with different things. I'm just showing you this because you're not going to want to make your Black Manhattan with these two because they're too bitter.
Too bitter.
Yeah, they'd be drank by itself after a meal, mixed with something else. But
A digestive, so to speak.
I made mine with the Ramazzotti. So you can make it with Ramazzotti. It's the same recipe they've been using since 1815. 500,000 herbs and spices and that
It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken, man.
It is. It's Kentucky Fried Chicken. But you can also make it with Maletti. Maletti is a little bit sweeter still, with a little bit more cinnamon on the back end that I really like.
Yeah.
It's fantastic by itself. And then the last one you could actually do it with, which would be Tossolini. But we drink this by itself.
I was going to say, I wouldn't mix that.
It's so sweet.
That to me is just a straight Amaro.
Yeah, this is about as sweet as it gets. I mean, they are
fabulous.
Delicious.
Remember, it's as sweet as it gets for Amaro. It doesn't mean it's sickly sweet. Right. It just means it's a sweet Amaro.
I could drink this a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
It's delicious. It's delicious. So just know you have different types of Amari that you can use. So a lot to choose from, a lot to think about when you do that. So let's make our cocktail. What are we going to make it with? We're going to make it with High West Double Rye. That's right. That's our favorite.
Sorry
for making cocktails.
I'm sporting a High West shirt.
That's okay. I just he traveled. I traveled last week. I had a great time when I was traveling. I actually got to go to a couple different ski locations for a couple of conferences, and one of them was actually at Snowbird. And when I was at Snowbird, High West was actually there at one of the events, and I met the brand ambassadors for them, and they were fantastic. And that's...
I would expect nothing else.
There they are.
Quite honestly.
Yeah.
They've always been.
So they have some whiskeys that are made just for Snowbird. They actually have a rye that they've done in their Manhattan barrels that they use just for Snowbird. And I drank as much as I could because I knew that when I got home I wasn't going to be able to get it anymore. And believe me, I tried.
Yes.
And I was not able to get that.
So, two.
I did two of these, which is there's about 1.5 ounces, right?
Yeah.
So then the next thing's going to come up is we're going to put a little bit of sweet vermouth on the back end. So we swip that baby over. And let's just do just a little bit of sweet vermouth in there. So I just don't want it too overly Amaro'd, if you will, right?
Right. Now, I'll be honest. Sometimes when I make them, I do all Amaro.
All Amaro, yeah, you can do that.
No vermouth. It's just, I like that little... Sometimes I feel like more Amaro.
Yeah, what's not to like?
Exactly.
Now the big thing is to have enough proof. Don't use an 80 proof rye.
Yeah.
Don't do that because it won't stand up to the Amaro.
Yeah, that is one thing. The Amaro's got a lot of flavor to it, so you need to make sure you're.
And you notice I just spray in bitters because I like bitters.
And I like bitters as well. So for
cherry
us,
bark with a little bit of vanilla.
So for us, it's the bitters are not an issue.
Yeah,
I like the bitters.
I think they make them better. I really do. I think they make them fantastic.
Right. I see guys who do exactly 2 drops, and I'm not going to say it's bad because I've had those cocktails and they're fabulous. But I do like it when I go a little heavier bitters.
I think they just make it that much nicer. Everybody has to have a cherry in their Manhattan. These even have stems on it. Sometimes I like to take just a little bit of the cherry juice and I'll put just one little drop inside there and add that inside. All these are just layers of flavor, so it all depends. How long do we stir this?
Approximately 45 seconds will give you maximum cooling.
And the proper dilution.
And the proper dilution.
Yeah.
Which is actually a bigger concern when you use a mixing glass, right? Dilution is actually a bigger deal than cooling. Look at that.
It's almost like I've made a couple of these before in my life.
Yeah, it's not bad for your first time.
That's pretty funny. So that right there is a perfect, well, hopefully perfect, black Manhattan. A little bit of Amaro. You can use full Amaro, but I actually mix it up with just a little bit of sweet vermouth.
Yeah.
And whatever rye you like. We happen to like double rye.
Yep.
We really like rendezvous rye, but for our cocktails we use double rye.
Yep.
Anything 90 proof
and above
will stand up to the Amaro and make it fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
If you can find a nice 100 proof, then you start getting that bite back in there, which I really like as well. But double rye is kind of my go-to straight at home.
Well, let's see how it is. I hope it's okay now that I made it for the camera. That's not too bad. It could even be more Amaro. I didn't quite add, like my initial taste is, I could have added just a bit more Amaro to give it a little bit more of a kick on that side of the fence.
And the funny thing is, it's just like everything is based upon the day of the week or the hour or the minute. I think that's perfect. I would have added more Amaro. I think that's perfect right
It's
there.
in balance, let's put it that way.
Yeah,
It's the right balance.
And what's funny is I'm the one earlier saying I sometimes make mine with full Amaro, and now I'm saying, no, this is fine.
See, it's all taste.
It's the day of the week.
But that's the beauty of cocktails. There's no, head fat. Don't be influenced by that.
Yeah.
You make cocktails, you have fun.
Yep.
High West always makes it fun, and that's why I like using their product. They make a lot of different stuff.
Definitely.
So thanks for coming today for the Black Manhattan with High West Double Rye, a little bit of sweet vermouth, and Amaro of your choice. This particular size we used Ramazzotti, but anything on the sweet side will work. Nothing on the Fernet bitter side. It'll just make a really rough, in our opinion, a rough cocktail. That's it.
Beautiful.
So until next time.
Thanks for coming to the Drinking Shed, and enjoy your cocktails, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.